Dr. Addie with Wisdom Breaks, and this show is all about you participating with me and making it interactive, about you writing in, sending in questions concerning every category, whether it's relationships, friendships, finances, what have you. And I'm going to share with you the 411 and give you something that's workable, that's doable, and hopefully that's going to motivate you just like it motivated me. Now, what qualifies me to share this wisdom with you? But first of all, I am a doctor of education, then I'm a therapist, I'm a counselor, I'm a motivator, I am a minister, I am a jack of all trades, but that's a lot, but it's okay. But what we're gonna do is just get into this thing, and we're not doing nothing religious or anything like this. This is just all learning how to live and be who you are called to be and birthed to be in this earth for such a time as this. Welcome to Wisdom Breaks, where I'm your host, Dr. Addie. If you want some insight on trusting beyond pain and hoping beyond expectation, then today's show is for you. Tune in. Now, this first question comes all the way from Chicago, Illinois, which is my hometown, okay? And the person asks, Dr. Addie, how do you move on when someone has betrayed your trust? You say you forgive the person, but every now and then, the incident replays itself in your mind. Well, I wrote a book called Beyond Betrayal, and I'm going to refer you to that. You can get that book at www.addymcafferty.com. Now, here's the key to betrayal. Betrayal generally comes from someone that we love and that we trust. Because usually people we don't know can't betray us because we're not in a relationship with them. Now, how do we move on from that? Well, first of all, acknowledge the pain. We don't have to pretend that it's not there. Acknowledge the pain, acknowledge what you feel, and be authentically real with yourself, first of all. And then make a conscious decision to forgive that person. Now, just because you've made that conscious decision to forgive, it doesn't mean that the situation won't rehash itself or try to come back up, but that's when you're in control. You have to make a decision at that moment. You know what? I choose to forgive. I choose to walk in my healing. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, my relationship with God was very pertinent to my healing process because I understood His sovereignty, and I knew that whatever He allowed, it was a plan and a purpose in that thing. So I chose to trust Him. It doesn't mean that God brings these bad things to us, but He do say that He's going to work everything for our good and for His glory. So for me, that helped a lot in the betrayal process. Now, if you go to my website, www.addymcafferty.com, I wrote a book, and it's called Beyond Betrayal, Standing in the Midst of Adversity. Go there, get the book, or you can get it on Amazon.com. What we want to do is move beyond our pain so we can be the best that we know how to be, the one that God created us to be. So that's what we want to do. So I hope that helped you. This next question comes from Bishopville, South Carolina, and it was asked, Dr. Addie, where is my Boaz? Wow. You know, I hear that so much from single women. You know, and what I tell people is this, you know, for me, what worked for me, because I was married over 21 years, you know, and through that process, you know, I just allow God to heal me and make me whole in that process. And so for me, I was never the one constantly looking for a man because I started looking for Him. I looked for God, and in that, God would send you the man. So when we get consumed about where He's at or whatever, get consumed in your purpose. Because your purpose is going to bring forth to you everything that's supposed to be in your life. Every entity, every person, because there's a strategy going on. Because see, the strategy is this. It's about divine connections and divine appointments. See? And so you have to be so thirsty, not for a man, but for him. Because see, he's going to give to you everything that you need. Because see, it was a little saying going around on Facebook, and it was like saying, if you waiting for Boaz, make sure you ain't looking for broke ass AZZ or po ass AZZ. So you don't want all of this stuff. And what happens is we begin to settle when we don't know who we are. The main thing is knowing who you are. And when you know who you are, you won't settle. You won't settle, and you'll be content until he comes. I had some friends of mine tell me some years ago, they were like, hey, Dr. Addie, do you really want to get married? And I was like, sure. And I was like, why did you ask me that? They said, because you seem so content. And I believe that that's the place that we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be so content in who we are and what we're doing and our purpose, and focus on that when whoever God wants to bring to you, you'll be ready to receive them. But when you're just so needy, you're not going to pick up what you need. So you might want to watch that. So where's your Boaz? The Bible said man finds a wife, finds a good thing in favor of the Lord. Put yourself in a place to be found. Go get busy. Pursue your purpose. Now, this question comes from Columbia, South Carolina. And this question is, why would the Holy Spirit direct me on a path that seems impossible or extremely difficult to accomplish? Wow, that's a really good question. Because see, here's the thing. If it was something easy, then we can say we did it. So when we get these visions and these dreams and these aspirations, I always tell people, dream big. Dream big. Because sometimes, see, we don't dream big enough. We just want to open our eyes up enough to what we can do. And that don't require faith. So when you dream big, it's going to cost something. It's going to require faith, because you know that you can't do it. That's impossible for you to do. It would definitely have to be a divine intervention from God, from somebody, whoever you're going to worship. But that's what it's going to take. It's not going to be easy for you to do. And so I believe, with that being said, when we're really pursuing our purpose and we're really doing things, we want to know, okay, well, that's impossible. How can I do this? I was like, okay, God, I always wanted to have my own TV show and my radio show. And in my head, that was impossible. But then look at Dr. Addie today. I'm here delivering wisdom breaks to you. So with that being said, that's why he do it, because it's going to require something from you. It's going to require you to stretch who you are. It's going to require you to do things you've never done. It's going to require you to spread your wings and soar. That's why he does that. Thank you all for joining us today. I want to invite you to come back next week and send those questions in, and so we can have some more Wisdom Break time with Dr. Addie. You can follow me on Instagram at wisdom_break. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. So thank you again. I appreciate you, and share the love.
Send your questions to Dr. Addie at a.mcafferty@aol.com. You can reach Dr. Addie on Instagram at wisdom_breaks, on Facebook under Dr. Addie, and on Twitter at 1LUWIS. You can purchase Dr. Addie's book, Beyond Betrayal, Standing in the Midst of Adversity, by going to Amazon.com or by visiting her website at www.addiemcafferty.com.
Lord, I pray that I don't go astray from the way that I was called to be. I'm God's child, but they call me. I know these devils know my name, because they keep tempting me, presenting me the Hall of Fame and all the game that comes with the whole 9 yards. They got contracts, straps, and bodyguards, big cars, big bottoms, whatever they got and say. I signed by the X. They told me 2 eyes, I dot one and gone. But what's really going on is a trip. Still in the thick, caught up in all kinds of numbers. Hoping that tomorrow I'll rise. Smoking and laughing and joking and trying to hide it. All the love that's lost for the other side. Today another mother cried. Another brother died. Another victim of genocide. And he saved me from all the sin inside my own. And God said, I saved you to be a messenger for me. Took you to hell and back so you could tell the story. So shake them haters off and keep stepping. So, Zay, you think they're ready for the next level? My mind's about to explode. I can't hold the load no longer. This next episode's coming stronger. Now how am I wrong to bomb the devil's shelter? Make sure the devil felt the wrath as everything in my path burns and melts. My mental messiah be taking me high. I watch the angels set the world on fire. I escape and escalate my mental state set on things above. I drop lyrics smooth as wings of a dove. I got love for the other side. Cause I know when I go, the streets will be paved with gold. But every show they flow at, know that these other poets try to blow that like tops off the moet. Then scream, where my dough at? Although that, money can make a man lose control and sell his soul. I'm God's child, that ain't the way we roll. Oh no. Is that the way we roll, Zay? No. That ain't the way we roll. So prepare for the next level. I've been stripped of my grave clothes by the same one who saved those in days old. Now I just lay low. I'm no longer a rebel, I'm blessed. And this is the next level. Y'all have a blessed night.
Are you doing just fine? Yes. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm fine, fine, fine. Wait a minute, you gotta say it with an attitude. I'm fine, fine, fine. You know, and I teach women to be bold, be confident, be sassy, be sexy, be authentic, be true. How many of us in here really are fine? I began to live in a cage. And that song that this gentleman just played was so powerful to me because God told me to get my things and go to Texas. And on my way to Texas by myself, I played that song about 8 or 9 times. I'm just fine. And guess what? As I was driving down the highway, the weight of the world, the weight of that relationship just started to fall off. And I said, I really am fine. And guess what? God has so many things that's so big for you. But you got to stop listening to other people. People will hinder you. Being in bad relationships will stifle you. And guess what? You'll feel like you're dying. So when I got out the cage, I became real happy and real free. And I said, no one can ever take away what God has done for me at this point in my life. So when I walk in the room, I walk in the room with confidence. You know, people say, well, do you have cancer? No, I don't have cancer. But I'm confident enough to cut all my hair off every week and sometimes twice a week. Because I am who God says I am. And this doesn't make me who I am. It's my heart condition that makes me the woman that I am.